Hi, how's it going? I'm Jennifer Wagner, and this is a yoga stretch fusion class. Please make sure to exercise within your ability, and if you experience any difficulty, please make sure to stop and seek a physician right away. All right, let's get started. Go ahead and find a space, grab a chair if you need one, and then join me back here. Welcome back. This is the standing yoga stretch fusion. Make sure you have that chair if you need to. You can sit or use it for balance at any time. We're going to start off in mountain pose. Feet are hip width apart, toes are spread. Finding your center through your feet. So you have 4 points, one on each side of the balls of your feet and then one on each side of your heel. I want you to find all 4 of those points and then gently lifting up the arches. And then nice and tall through your back, shoulders relaxed, eyes gently closed. I want you to bring that center up through the body to the top of your head. Inhale through your nose and exhale. Inhale, exhale. This is your gift, focusing on just yourself, your mind, body, and spirit. Inhale, exhale. Bring your hands together, center with your chest into namaste. Inhale, exhale. I want you to think about that as we get started, that not every pose might be for you. Or some days yes, some days no. But I want this class to fit for you, and you do what you can do. And again, you have that chair as an option too. But listen to your body. Listen to what is okay and not okay. Slowly open your eyes. You're going to inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale out. Reverse those arms, inhale up. And exhale, pushing out. Good. Inhale up. Swan dive down, hinge from your hips. Bend your knees if you need to protect your back. And swooping back up, reverse swan dive. Again, exhale, swan dive. Inhale, reverse. Bring those hands together. Lift the ribcage up and sway side to side like a kite. Keeping your hips centered. Inhale and exhale. Center and swan dive. Exhale. Curl yourself up, vertebra by vertebra. Pressing your spine to the sky. Chin is still tucked until you come all the way to the top. Inhale, lifting up. Lift your chin and your chest as you push your hips forward, and then you're going to go into swan dive again. Exhale. And then curl yourself up, vertebra by vertebra. Pressing your spine to the sky. Bring your arms up and around. I want you to imagine you have a big beach ball. So fingers spread, bend the knees, chin is tucked, and then your back, you've got like a seat in the back. So I want you to lift those elbows up and out. Feel that through the ribs, into the shoulders. We're going to start to, still holding on to that beach ball, start straightening your legs, and then you're going to start curling yourself down. And you're going to feel this through the spine, hips, hamstrings. It's still holding on to that beach ball, so you're going to feel that through the shoulders, so elbows up and out. Chin is tucked, head drop. And just let your arms hang now, so you're letting go of that ball.
And then you're just going to sway side to side. And as you sway, I want you to shift your shoulder forward. So as you sway to the left, your right shoulder shifts forward. Sway to the right, your left shoulder shifts forward. Chin is still tucked. Inhale and exhale. Center. Swing those arms. You're giving yourself a hug, and then you're going to open and then crisscross. So you're going to alternate your arms. And just nice and loose. Build up that momentum. So I want you to be nice and loose with the shoulders. Good. And see if you can go wider with that opening up. And then give yourself a hug, wide open. And when you give yourself a hug, it's just a quick wrap around and then open wide with those arms. As wide as your arms will let you go. This is a great one if you need to. You can always just be sitting in the chair doing this too. Sitting at the edge of your seat. Alright, let those arms go. And then we're going to curl ourselves up, pressing our spine to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, standing tall.
And exhale. Sometimes you might see little stars after that, especially since we were bending over so much. Go ahead and bring your left feet out wider. And we're going to lunge side to side, bending one knee, straighten the other. So we're still warming up the body. I want you to shift your hips back and to the side. Knees stay behind the toes. Feel that through the hips, inner thigh, groin. There you go. Holding to the right. You're going to rotate your left, so flex your foot, rotate so you're opening up through the hip joint as the toe and knee is now straight up. And you're going to feel that deeper into the groin. And what I want you to do is just kind of little movement down and up. So we're not bouncing. It's just a small movement in and out, going through that pose just a little bit deeper, and then release. Feel that all the way down the leg. You're going to feel this leg firing up. This is a stabilizer leg too. You're working that right leg along with the inner thigh and groin of the left. There we go. Come down and hold. See how deep you can go into that stretch now that you've warmed up that area of the body. And then you're going to drop the toes. And then coming up. And then we're going to shake it out first. Just to kind of give those joints a little break. And then we're going to go back out wide again. And then lunge side to side. Good. Holding to your left now. Shifting your hips back and to the left. Now your right leg, you're going to flex your foot as you open up through the hip, and the toe and knee will follow. And then I want you to see if you can go a little deeper. And then we're going to go in and out of that pose a little bit, small movement. Now if you have a chair, it's best to have one without any arms. So you can be on the edge of that seat. You wouldn't necessarily be going up and down in the pose, but you would be hinging forward and back because your hips are already on the chair. Feel that left leg firing up. And a little deeper each time you sit back and down. Let's down and hold. See if you can go a little further now. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead, drop your right toes down. Push the toes into the floor. Feel that move up to the inner thigh. Coming up to center and shake it out. Good job. Okay, you're going to go back out wide again. Right toes are going to turn to the side. And then you could either have your left toes straight forward or traditional yoga is shifted heels the furthest point. Warrior 2 is our first pose, so if you already know it, go ahead and go into it. Bending your right knee, toes and knees are lined up, and then left leg is straight, arms parallel. Again, if you already know this pose, you can always go right into it and then just listen to my cues for form. Hips and shoulders are stacked. Sink through your tailbone. Inhale. Exhale. Nice and tall for the spine. Gazing beyond your fingertips, arms are parallel with the floor. Inhale. Exhale. At this point, triangle. You're going to straighten your front leg. Left hip pops out, keeping both legs straight. Right hand comes to your thigh to start with. And then your left arm comes out and back. And I want you to shoulder open up. And then hinge from the hips. And then go down to as far as you like. But I want you to keep this chest, right shoulder, or this is your left shoulder, up and back. So you're opening yourself up. Then go into the pose as far as you can. If you're in a chair, you can just be right on the edge of your seat and putting yourself in this position. There you go. Inhale. Exhale. Triangle. Going into it a little further if you can. You can always back off if you need to. Whatever works for you. We're going to go into pyramid now. So your left hand is going to come down. You're going to rotate your chest and hips facing your right leg. Both legs are straight as you lower your head and your chest, and then your hands on either side of your leg. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, curling up. And exhale, release, shake it out. We're going to go back out wide. We're going to do that all on the other side. So left toes turned out, right toes either forward towards me or your heel is turned out. Whatever's most comfortable for the hip. We're going to do warrior 2. So bending at the left knee and arms parallel. Again, you can always go straight into that pose and just listen to my cues if you're comfortable with that already. Toes and knees are lined up. So left toes, left knees, arms parallel, shoulders and hips stacked. And then go a little deeper if you'd like, sinking through your tailbone. Nice and tall through the spine. Inhale. Exhale. With yoga, if you think about it like a martial arts, that we don't really master it. It takes years to really master, but we become more engaged with our body when we're stronger and can connect with our muscles more efficiently, that we can discover that, oh, that's what that is that I was supposed to be feeling all this time, instead of we're paying attention to just our balance the whole time, or just one muscle group, or just staying tall. Triangle, straighten your left leg, right hip pops out, hand comes to your thigh as your right arm comes out and back, so this shoulder's open, and then you're going to hinge into that triangle. If you see how my right shoulder is out and back the whole time as I go further, if at any point my shoulder starts to drop, then I've gone too far into my pose. Left hand can slide down if you're ready. Good. Inhale and exhale. Staying strong, staying balanced. release. Check that right shoulder up and back. Open yourself up. Both legs are straight as possible if you can. We're going to go into pyramid. So right hand comes down. You're going to square off your hips and your chest towards your left leg. Both legs are straight. And then you're going to lower your head and your chest. Hands on either side of your foot. Pyramid pose. Inhale. Just let your head and your chest drop. Keeping your legs as straight as possible. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and curl yourself up. Inhale. Exhale, release, shake it out. Good job. From here, feet hip width apart. We're going to bring your arms out to the sides. We're going to start by rotating through the shoulder joint. Knees are soft. Again, you could be sitting in your chair if you need to. Make sure that that chair does not have wheels. And if you can have one without the arms, that makes it much easier to use the side of the chair. Rotating through the shoulder joint. So it's not through the hand, it's through the shoulder, and the hand and elbow will follow. So if it helps, think about how you have a pitcher of water and you're trying to dump the water out and then fill it back up again. Dump the water out and then fill it back up again. There you go. Okay, fill that water back up, and then I want you just to gently pressing back. So from the side, just a little movement. We're activating our postural muscles. These are muscles that when they're nice and strong, our posture is strong. We stay nice and tall. Our shoulders are happier when it comes to placement of the shoulder joint. Nerves are less likely pinched. You're less likely to have achiness through the muscles. Good. One more time. And then just shake it out. Okay, arms out in front. I want you to imagine like you're rowing and those oars, paddles, whatever you want to call it, are really big, and you are the only one with these oars or paddles, and you've got 10 people in your boat. So with that, I want you to really think about that pull and squeeze through the upper back muscles. Those are the larger muscles, so we're not using our hands to do all the work. We're not using our biceps to do all the work. We're using our upper back muscles. Those are the bigger muscles that you want to activate because they can handle that work more efficiently and effectively. And your little muscles, like your shoulders and biceps and hands and forearms, aren't going to get worn out quite as much or strained as much. Let's do one more time. And release, shake it out. Good job. You're gonna swing those arms, just nice and loose. We're just gonna kind of work that out that we just did. Go ahead and tuck your chin. And then slowly curl yourself down, but keep swinging those arms nice and loose. Inhale. Exhale. Let those shoulders fall, swing those arms, chest tucked, curling further down. Inhale. Exhale. Good. I'm going to make that
swing a little bit bigger. And you're going to swing up
to the left, up and over, and then drop down, coming up. Have a focal point so you don't get dizzy. One more time.
And then just dropping down and swing it out again. And then slowly curl yourself up. Still swinging those arms nice and loose, let those shoulders go. There you go.
Okay, and shake it out. Alright, you're going to bring those arms back out, but this time, palms facing forward so your thumbs are up. I want you to think about opening up the chest. So kind of reverse. You're going to activate your back muscles, but I want you to think about opening through the chest. We do so much of everything in front of ourselves that our chest and shoulder muscles tend to be very tight. So we're going to open those muscles up. You can activate your back muscles to help aid that stretch. There you go. You're going to turn your palms back. Bring your hands behind you. Now you can do two things. You can imagine you have an imaginary ball behind you that you're holding onto, or you can clasp your fingers together. Pressing the shoulders down and then open them up. Knees are soft. And then without pushing the head forward, because that's very common, we tend to like to do that, you're going to keep your ears back. You're going to bring your hands up and back behind you. Keep those shoulders down and back, so we're opening up to the shoulders, but we're not straining the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. At this point, you can stay right here if you like. You can even pull your elbows back and together. The next step is that we're going to hinge forward. I'm going to do this from the side so you can see. So toes are forward, knees are forward, and then you're going to drop yourself down. So head drops down, and then your hands come up over and towards your head. Pull those elbows in and back, shoulders back, and then just let those hands fall down as far as you can. Feel that open to the chest and shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and curl yourself up and slowly lower your hands to your back as you do that. And release, shake it out. Through the neck. It's nice and tall. Sternum is lifted, shoulders released. You're going to rock your head side to side. Feel that down the neck and into the shoulder. This is an area we don't realize how tense we hold our stress, so how tense we can get, or the fact we don't realize that we're doing this all day versus this all day. Hold to the right, so right ear down. I want you to take your left ear and just lift it up a little bit further so you can feel that stretch move. Inhale. Exhale. Now take your left hand, you're going to bring it behind your back, and you're going to hook onto your right arm. And let your shoulder, your left shoulder, drop down as your left ear lifts up, and then right ear drops down. Inhale. Exhale. Now if you don't grab a hold of your arm, that's okay. If you can, just put your hand behind your back, or just put it down by the side. We're going to release your hand to your arm, and then release your neck. And then we're going to go side to side again. There you go. And then we're going to hold at your left side. Keep yourself centered, so try not to think of like the teapot. You want to avoid the teapot tipping. Nice and tall. Right ear up. Shoulder, right shoulder down. Take your right hand, go behind your back. Grab a hold of your left arm. Let your right shoulder drop. Right ear lift. Left ear down. Good. Inhale. go to the side, turn to the side, back and forth, switch it out for a few times. Now if you notice that I never actually do a full neck roll, that is really hard on most joints. The other thing is that most people don't do it correctly. So there are some versions of yoga where we do a full neck roll, but it's especially that backward motion that we compress our spine through the neck area, and we don't realize how dangerous that is. It's a very sensitive spot in the spine. Okay, go ahead and turn your head to the right. I want you to keep your shoulders square so we're not turning the body. I want you to take your chin and push back and look behind you. And then we're going to work the eye muscles by looking up and down behind you. Kind of forget we have muscles around the eyes, and especially if you're looking at a computer a lot, this is a good thing to do as a little break. Those eye muscles can get you strained. Okay, center back to the front. We're going to turn to the left. Nice and tall, shoulders relaxed. Look behind you without turning the torso. So you're pushing your chin further back, and then eyes up and down. And release. Good. Shake it out. We're going to work our hands. So we're going to move through our fingers as quickly as possible. I want you to bend and stretch so you have all those different joints. Nice and loose, kind of warming up those muscles in the fingers. And then you're going to make a loose fist, rotate your wrist one way, and then rotate the other way. These are great exercises to do just a little bit throughout the day if you tend to use a computer a lot, and we don't realize that we hold those muscles in a constant position, that isometric position. And it's not to say that it's a bad thing, but when you're doing it all day, then it becomes a problem. And if you don't give that break, you're going to open, and what I want you to do is spread the fingers as wide as you can and then back together. So I'm going to put my hands on my thighs so you can see this a little better. Spread. My fingers are straight, my palms are flat, and I'm stretching out wide, working the fingers from the side. Inhale. Bring your arms straight out in front. You're going to hinge from your wrist. Elbows are straight, shoulders are relaxed. And then palms flat. I want you to curl your fingertips. Go ahead nice and quick with this one, just like a cat. Open and curl, open and curl. And then flick water off the fingers. Go ahead and relax the elbows. Nice and loose, and then shake it out. Good. Okay, we're going to go back into mountain pose. Feet are hip width apart. Knees are soft. Shoulders down toward your back pockets. Palms open up. Good. And close your eyes gently or gazing at the floor. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale. You did a great job. Give yourself props for doing the class, taking that 30 minutes for yourself. 30 minutes to improve your health, improve your range of motion and strength. Inhale. slowly open your eyes. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, pushing away. Again, inhale and exhale. One more time. And exhale. And namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you liked the class. If you did, go ahead and click on a little picture of me to subscribe and you'll get notifications for the next class. Have a great day.